Hello and welcome to another holiday special where we celebrate the best of Philippine basketball in 2025. I'm Jaime Escalon and this is Starting Lineup.
JD! Puts a long toss and hits with nice and back to three.
Gold medalist, Olympic champion,
What a year it's been for hoop fans, and I'm glad to be joined by the biggest hoop nerds. Yes, we said that right. To share their favorite moments of the year. Diego Dario, Nicky Villasin, Isaac Go, Tyler Tio, and of course, Coach Willie Wilson. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Here in Starting Lineup, we have a starting five. I will take this team any day. I guarantee.
Let's go to a random barangay court and just like...
We'll face any team.
Yup.
I'm not running up and down. All right, I'm walking.
Okay,
I'm walking.
Uncle.
I'm walking.
Okay, Uncle. We gotta start with our favorite moments. Ty, let's start with you. Your favorite moment. You wrote down DLSU Cinderella run. Well, that one's the most recent one. Why that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm Atenean, but you just have to appreciate, a good underdog story, and that's what this DLSU Cinderella run was. I mean, they started super slow. They had a lot of ups and downs throughout the season. They lost Mason Amos and Kian Baclan. We thought they weren't gonna come back, and then they come back in the playoffs. So, I mean, they were almost eliminated from the Final Four. They needed that step ladder game against Ateneo to advance, and then obviously they beat NU, who was twice to beat, and then they beat UP in a best of three. That was what a series it was. So, I mean, it was just the perfect Cinderella story, and yeah, that's definitely my favorite moment.
Yeah, Ty, who knows a little thing about these Cinderella runs, you're sitting right next to her.
Yes,
Nicky
sir.
Villasin, season 86 champion. But your moment, Nicky, your favorite moment was different yet connected. Mike Phillips winning MVP.
Yeah, I mean, knowing Mike personally helps because he's just like really a great person and a hard worker, right? They call him like Motor Mike. It's like nickname. But specifically, I really appreciated his MVP speech because I think that everybody always has like this classic, let's thank our parents, let's thank the sponsors and the coaches and blah, blah, blah. And he just got right to the mic and was like, I'm going to thank the audience of one. Yeah. And I thought that was pretty unique. And at least I remember when my partner Shawnee was on LaSalle, they always did like this chant where it was like who did, and they'd all be like God did, and then they did it on TV, and I was like, oh, that's cool, like that's special. So I like that. That was cool.
Basketball, no?
Yeah, it's bigger than basketball. Coach Willie, you really picked this because you're a great free throw shooter, no? I think that's why you picked this. Kian Baclaan and Mason Amos free throws. That's your favorite moment of this 2025?
Well, just piggybacking off of what Tyler said, the Cinderella story, and I think the whole thing started with the injuries to Kian Baclan and Mason Amos. Nobody knew if they were going to come back. The injuries were very, very serious, possibly year-ending, but it was a perfect storm. Guys stepped up. Guys got their confidence. I want to talk about Luis Pablo, Voris Marasigan specifically. And then, one at a time, Mason comes back first, plays, he plays against his former team in Ateneo, and then Kian comes back and plays against his former team in NU in the Final Four. They win that twice to beat disadvantage, and then culminating it with a championship win, and then who just makes the final free throws of the game, and it's in succession. So you have Mason going to the line, sinks two. And then Kian goes to the line, sinks two. And then Mason, again, goes back to the line, sinks two. And then Kian goes back to the line and sinks two. And then when you're just searching for the stories and the significance and the signs, why this team is destined to win, I think that right there just culminates LaSalle's Cinderella run to the championship with those two players finishing it off with successive free throws.
Coach, you covered Game 3. Can you tell us more about the 25,000 people in Araneta? What was it like covering a game like that? Of course, Coach Willie has to cover that big game, right?
After having played in a few myself and knowing the feeling of being on that floor, surrounded by the 25,000 people, feeling the court shake, I couldn't help but sit there and then just be humbled. I'm looking in the stands, and we talked about it a few times when Kian and Mason went to the free throw line, and just seeing that sea of maroon and behind the backboard, just waving, hooting and hollering and slapping balloons together, and how the second half of these games are just so tough on the offensive end, because likewise UP is going down on the other end and they're facing a sea of green. So I'm looking in the stands, and you see no seats available. The aisles are filled, and just the passion that these fans are displaying for their communities, it's just humbling, and it just puts it on a whole nother level, showing how much basketball and these games mean to us.
Yeah. Well, one team that was also on a whole other level was the UST Growling Tigresses. Isaac, you picked this kasi na-experience mo rin mag-sweep, no? You know what it's like. Kayo ni Tyler, kaya kayo umingiti dyan eh. Kasi, I know what it's like. But you picked the UST Growling Tigresses.
And it's not only that. Of course, yes, 16-1, very impressive. We know how, me and Tyler can speak that it's very tough, difficult to sweep like that. But not only that, if you think about the whole storyline where since around season 77, it's always been NU in the women's division. And then they have that Cinderella run with Nikki there. Season 86, they get one.
Yeah.
And probably people think it was a fluke because NU comes back, wins another one right after. Was it a blimp? Was it just napadaan lang, just a stopgap? But no, they decide to come back. Season 88, sweep, dominant against very tough teams. And they've said also the women's division has really stepped up in terms of the level of competition. They lost game one, I think, they lost one game. Syempre after sweeping, then all that pressure is on you, then dominated. Then shows that it wasn't just a blimp. It wasn't just a fluke. They're here to stay, and what a better time to do it when UST as the hosts.
Jago, let's talk about what might just be the game of the year. Not finals considering,
Yep.
Triple overtime, UST Ateneo. You covered that game, perfect. Let's talk about that specific game.
It's perfect because Coach Willie was mentioning, the crowd and how much everyone loves the UAAP. I chose that game because it goes to show how much the UAAP games mean to, a lot of Filipino basketball fans. First of all, it shows that the UAAP is very, progressive. Slowly we're having some home and away games. We've had UST home games. That time it was the first time we had a UAAP game in Ateneo Blue Eagle Gym, and everyone loved it. The home crowd of Ateneo loved it. UST crowd traveled all the way from España to Katipunan just to support UST. So that's one thing about that game. Number two is just the competitiveness in the UAAP. I mean, triple overtime, right? It just goes to show that the gaps between teams are getting closer and closer. There are no favorites. We didn't even know who was going to be the Final Four, who's going to be in the finals at one point of the season. And number three is just the whole atmosphere that the UAP has. I don't think anyone can even explain it into words unless you're there. Yeah. Everyone knows this. Like all of you guys, all of us have experience playing in the UAP, and I think that game really epitomizes what the UAP is, what it means, and what it's about to become. Just because it's always evolving and getting better every year.
Nostalgia is a perfect way to describe it. All right, guys, hold on to your seats. We'll call a quick timeout, and we'll be back to talk more best of basketball when we return. Stay tuned. You're watching Starting Lineup. Welcome back to Starting Lineup. We're listing down the best of basketball in 2025. So let's level up from the collegiate ranks. Maybe we could talk about PBA, Gilas. Let's start with the youngest person in this group, Coach Willie Wilson. Coach, you wrote down PBA celebrating 50 years. That was big. That is really big. 50 years of Philippine basketball here.
Well, if you're talking about the significance of Philippine basketball, you can obviously start in the UAAP, the NCAA, but when we're talking about the oldest pay-for-play league in all of Asia, you have to go back to the PBA. And for the PBA to be standing as long as it has been, 50 years, is very, very significant. It's given birth to so many great memories and milestones, and just, the fact that the patronage of the fans, we will always have to shout out the fans, has always been there to backstop the level of competitiveness that we've been seeing from the players. You have to show significance to that. And for it to be the 50th anniversary, you come out with some new blood in the coaching ranks. I'll talk about myself.
Let's give him a round of applause, guys. Let's give him a round of applause.
You can talk about guys that I played with, Ronald Tubit, L.A. Tenorio, a Gilas legend himself. So just, the turning of the page with the PBA, but it all starts with the patronage of the fans, the PBA just outlasting so many leagues, and just, year after year after year, being there and being consistent.
Yeah. Ta, you are one lucky guy. You are one lucky guy because your favorite moment is right here.
I know. It's almost as if he knew what I was gonna say, right? So,
Was it planned?
yeah, my favorite moment was when Coach Willie Wilson finally got his big break and got promoted as the head coach of Phoenix. So obviously, I play for Phoenix, and hopefully, because I said that'll give me more playing time. So we'll see. We'll see next conference. But no, in all seriousness, I think just the vibes are totally different. Obviously, Coach Jamike did a great job during his time, but with Coach Willie, I feel like the vibes are definitely different. The more modern the system, in my opinion, and Coach Willie's a very player. He's a player's coach, so
Even when I'm shouting at you guys?
even when he's shouting at us, yeah. I think that's one thing that's new that we saw from Coach Willie this year, is that he knows when to be hard on his players, and he knows when to kind of be light and joke around. So he does a great job of mixing, and it's a good balance.
I honestly didn't know all of this.
I'm starting to see.
The tears are there. You just.
Am I sucking up too much?
No.
Not at all.
It's just the right amount. But no, this is all news to me. Yeah, I do feel a little glazed right now.
On more PBA talk, Isaac, I think you can answer the question: is Justin Brownlee human? He's had another amazing year. You wrote down his thumb game. What about the thumb game of Justin Brownlee?
Because I was there when it happened, and there's a little bit of confusion what was going on. Was it dislocated? Was it just got hit by the ball? And to come back from that, basically say, oh, he can't close his thumb. If he goes beyond a certain angle, his thumb is basically out of the socket. And with everything Justin Brownlee has done, with every big shot, everything he's done, there's nothing more you can add to his legacy. And you thought, what can he do to add on to this legacy? And he had that. Came back. We lost that series, but the way he came back, the way he still played, trying to figure out how to shoot, Mamba-like. It's just, again, you're just in awe that you're able to experience and watch greatness.
Yeah, Justin Brownlee, what a guy, right? But let's kind of shift also to some women's hoops, Nikki. Gilas Women 3x3. Wow, I remember watching that game live.
Same.
Inspiring.
Yeah.
People don't know how hard it is to play just 3 players because usually you get 1 sub, but they defeated Mongolia in that game.
Yeah, if you have any experience playing any type of 3x3, you know that it's no joke. You can be a cherry picker in a 5-on-5 and that be your game, and you can live off that.
Are you letting anyone? Parang nagpaparinig.
But for 3x3, it's really everybody has to give in, and especially with all the eyes on women's hoop the past 2 years. It's grown so much, and I think it was this year that the Gilas 3x3 women had over like 10 competitions in 1 year, and they've been traveling a lot internationally. So this was super special because, of course, it's unfortunate that Camille Claren had gotten injured, right? Like ACL tear is the worst you can have in basketball, but it just really went to show the puso of the Philippines and the way that like girls can hoop too. You know what I'm saying, on the international stage, and they're small but like truly small but mighty. And I think that these girls just really put on what it means to be a Filipino basketball player.
Yeah, and if you take a look at the finals attendance, it's growing. In
Oh
the
my God!
UAAP,
This
right?
year, I was like, I went to the finals game and I was shocked. I remember during our finals game, I was like, oh wow, there's a lot of people here. But when I went last week, I was like, wow, there's people behind the basket now.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. That used to never happen.
Jego, your favorite moment? Our last one for PBA Gilas.
I think it's not a moment. I think just piggybacking off what Coach Willie said, that there's a shift of obviously like the older players becoming coaches, but also the younger players getting their limelight, not just in the PBA but also in Gilas, right? So in the PBA, we have guys like Juan GDL, Javi GDL, the GDL Bros, Jerome Lastimosa, Zave Lucero, guys like Tyler Tio, Isaac Go. You know, they're the future of this league. And they're showing that, you know, they can be the future of the league, meaning to perform at a high level day in and day out. Even Shawnee Winston also playing well in the PBA. So all these young guys are proving their names, not just in the PBA, also in Gilas. You know, one getting into the lineup. KQ really performing well in the Gilas games and the international games. Guys like Carl Tamayo, QMB. So there's a shift between like these younger guys representing the Philippines and playing well, just hooping.
Yes.
And the basketball level is just going higher and higher. And hopefully that translates to higher rankings in the world stage.
You guys mentioned individual players. Up next, we'll mention your favorite players of 2025. This is going to be like a thesis defense. So that's when we go back. More hoops coming your way. Keep it here on Starting Lineup. All right, welcome back to Starting Lineup. We're winding down our best of basketball in 2025. So let's get straight to it. Who was your favorite player across all leagues in 2025? And we'll make this a little interesting. Sino mananalo sa mga one-on-one? If there was a one-on-one competition between your favorite players, sino mananalo? Maybe Ty, your favorite player of 2025.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Anthony Edwards. Ant-Man.
Across all leagues, okay? Let's keep it Philippine.
One-on-one? Okay, fine.
Philippines.
Pick yourself, Ty.
That's tough. I'm gonna go with I'll go with Mike Phillips because I mean he obviously it's his senior year.
Yeah.
He's the last player on LaSalle that I played against, actually, season 84. So I've seen his growth from his rookie year all the way up to his last game last week. So I think he's my favorite player. He showed his value to LaSalle three 3 finals appearances in 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. And he was definitely the heart and soul of LaSalle the past 5 years.
Yeah. Who could beat Mike Phillips? Nikki, your favorite player? Someone who could maybe beat Mike Phillips? Ken Pastrana. Pwede, no?
There was no vote of confidence in that answer.
A lot of confidence.
I mean, let me just be a fan. I would say my man, Shawnee Winston. Okay, listen, I'm just gonna
Shawnee Winston.
Shawnee Winston. Okay, let me put him on because he deserves a little bit of flowers because with the way that he came off of LaSalle with the injury and then going straight into the pros, like that is, I feel like when it comes to injuries, it's so much more than like the physical aspect, it's like the mental. And I'm just really proud of the fact that he was able to go and continue his career into the pros and still average double digits. Like, I wouldn't know what that's like. You know what I'm saying? Like, because obviously the women's scene is very different. But I would say for Shawnee, I've just seen the way he plays, and I like a good 3-level scorer. I like the style, the pace, and I also just like to witness people play the right way. And whenever I watch Shawnee play, he just plays always for the team.
But
So I
how
can take that.
kinikilig daw. That's some love in basketball.
I'll say him. He's my favorite one-on-one player. Yeah.
Well defended. Jegs, your favorite player?
Well, I gotta go with my guy and Shawnee's teammate right now, Juan GDL.
Ooh,
I mean,
Mr. Triple-double.
this year he's just been on a different level. I mean, who goes on to play his first game in the PBA and go for a triple-double? I mean, this just goes to show that he's on a different level. Even if, for me, he's not a rookie. He's played overseas already multiple times, and he's showing that he's one of the best players here in the PBA, and that's why he has a Gilas call-up, and hopefully he gets that opportunity. Obviously, he's my teammate since high school, but I've seen him work. His work ethic is just on a different level, and I think one-on-one, he's one of the toughest to guard in the PBA.
Yeah. All right. Did you hear that? One-on-one, he's the top. Parang Jegs is implying one will win. Isaac, your favorite player?
For me, it's gonna be my teammate Japet Aguilar, Gilas legend.
Got his jersey retired.
Gilas legend. Finally,
He's going for the nostalgic effect to win.
of course,
the
and not only that, he's a guy who in his entire career has been averaging 20 minutes a game, and now when he's 38, he's playing the most minutes of his career. He's made 2 finals appearances during that run. Crucial guy, and really, where do you ever see a guy as he get older they play more? Diba usually baliktad, as they get older the minutes go down. So that's why I got a pick for him. What a year he's had. I think he also got voted in BPC. He was close a couple of times, so that's my pick.
Yeah. And last but not least, Coach Willie, this was big.
I'm excited for this pick.
Ordinarily, I'd say my son Cameron Wilson. No, but if I
That
have
kid
to,
can hoop, though.
Yeah, he can hold his own. If I have to choose somebody, I'm gonna go with a nostalgic pick. Somebody that I've seen from when he just started playing basketball. I'd go with Jacob Cortez. I used to go watch him hoop in these little club teams. So I've seen when he just started till now as a collegiate hooper, and we always talk about I think Diego and Tyler will, and also Isaac will attest to this, the way that he just changes speeds and shifts from left to right, the pull-up jumpers, the range, and he's a very, very inspiring baller. We saw the tears at the end of Game 3. Just I would say he is my favorite hooper of 2025. For personal reasons, obviously, I played with his dad, and also he gets it done on the court.
Those 5. Amazing 5. It's going to be hard to decide, but guys,
Let's make it happen. I want to see all the 5 guys in one court.
Against you guys? I'll take you guys. I will take you guys.
King of the court, I am definitely taking Isaac.
Yeah,
Definitely
okay.
taking Isaac.
But guys, thank you so much for being here on Starting Lineup and reflecting on our favorite moments. Happy New Year, and we'll see you guys next year for more analyst work. But thank you guys for having us here.
Thank you, Jaime.
Thank you.
On behalf of my partners, Diego Dario, Willie Wilson, Isaac Gon, Nicky Villasin, and Tyler Tio, I'm Jaime Escalon, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This is Starting Lineup.